Welcome everybody to Too Many Toons, the podcast where each week we discuss some of the best and worst cartoons around. My name is Steve, and I am joined by only one of the dopest co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Alex, conditionally.
Perry is not here this week, but in his place we have our very first guest in the show. Say hi, Sam.
Hello, my name is Sam, and I'm apparently not great.
No, you're okay.
I'm alright.
You're not a permanent co-host, you're just a guest.
Yo, what's up? My name is C+ Sam Harris. How are you guys doing? I'm just barely made the grade. I'm not going to... what is it? Med school. I'm not going there. Gonna get a nice job. Gonna settle down with a couple kids. Gonna divorce eventually.
You can be a dermatologist, maybe.
Ooh, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that yacht money.
The Yap money?
Get some fucking Giuseppe's.
This has already gone off the rail.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
It's alright, man, dude. We're on a yacht. It's alright. We can go off the rail.
So,
I'll park the vessel.
what have you been up to this week, Alex?
Well, oh geez, that's a difficult question. I've had a nice long weekend with Memorial Day. We went to Taco Bell twice.
Ooh. Speaking
very,
my language.
Very late.
Wow.
Like, Taco Bell is like a cultural hub at 2 a.m. It's really, really incredible.
It is. I know that feeling.
A lot of drunk people. Almost entirely, actually. It's pretty exciting.
Did you know they will start selling alcohol soon, or else they're going to try it?
Really?
What?
Yes.
That's going to change everything.
Much like Chipotle, how they have their margaritas and like Corona in the freezer.
Oh my god.
Or not the freezer, because that's just silly. Not frozen Corona. But they are trying to get an alcohol license for Taco Bell.
That's a recipe for disaster.
But I'm so okay with it.
No, yeah, I want to see this happen.
That's how Taco Bell starts out. They're like, all right, what do we got on the table? And it's just like a recipe for disaster. And they're like, great.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. I mean, to be honest, though, I'm more of a Chipotle guy myself.
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
Taco Bell is like a different level of food.
It's, It's like, it's 3 a.m. and you want to make a bad decision, so that's what you do.
You hang up the phone call on the prostitute and you call up Taco Bell and you're like, yo, T-Bell, you got what I'm talking about? They're like, yo.
How'd you get this number?
Drive on by. We're hiring. And you're always hiring Taco Bell. No one likes you that much.
So besides Taco Bell,
today we're talking about the Taco Bell cartoon, guys.
Is there? I wish there was.
There's not.
That'd be great.
We should make a Taco Bell podcast.
The Nickelodeon Taco Bell cartoon, Rocket Taco. It's really good. Continue what you were going to say, Steve.
It was Alex, not me.
What? What else did I do? Shit.
It's probably a list.
I got an acrylic brick.
Oh, I saw that. I commented and said it was aesthetic as fuck.
Yeah, right? It's like a little brick made of acrylic, and it was given to me, and that's all I can sum it up for what's happened over the weekend, but there are other things.
That doesn't sound that eventful.
No, seriously, a lot of things happen. I just can't remember them on the spot. I'm just barely forming sentences as it is.
All right, what about you, Sam? What have you done this past week?
Well, in between working and going to sleep alone, I drifted in an endless void of dying. So
Good.
That's about it. Yeah, I didn't do much.
That sounds
Same.
eventful?
Yeah. Let me actually think if I did anything instead of trying to be edgy as shit.
Ow.
I went to Price Dropper. I got some food.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
You don't know what Price Dropper is? Alex, do you have Price Dropper?
I don't have Price Dropper. Was that some weird East Coast thing? Or...
Yeah, it's like groceries.
Okay,
Must
yeah,
be
we
some,
have...
New England
You guys
thing.
don't have any of the grocery stores we have. We got
You don't have our
Hannaford's.
grocery stores.
Do you have Hannaford's anywhere?
No, we don't have Hannaford's.
I know you don't
You
have
have
Market
Safeway?
Basket. No. I've seen a Savers before.
I didn't catch any of that.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
Savers. I've seen Savers. It's a good thing I got
Sabres?
my own audio, because that's all getting caught. But I like a Savers. It's like in Florida. It's like grocery stores down there. Hanny's. You got Market Basket.
Are you
Price
making
Chopper,
these up?
Shaw's.
You need to come clean. Are you making these up?
Baby, I'm always clean. What's up? How much you need? So today we're reviewing the
man.
cartoons of grocery stores.
All right. I guess.
Steve, what have you done?
What have I been doing?
What have you done?
Well, obviously streaming a lot. I started rewatching Digimon. You said earlier that you were watching it as well.
Yeah, me too.
You weren't watching it, you liar.
I wish.
Digivolve into champions.
Digivolve. I've been
Into
watching the
Ultimate.
Japanese version, actually.
Oh, well,
Oh,
we're
wow,
watching the
look at
dub
you.
just for the theme song.
The theme song in the Japanese one is, like, it's super anime. And, like, it's... I don't know if that makes it better or not.
No. Listen. There's one reason why the Western version is better, and that's change into digital
champions.
That's the reason.
To
Save the
Yeah?
digital world. Yeah, that's why.
This is why I'm not gonna have kids. No one should be born into this rotation of Digimon.
You're absolutely right.
Aside
Nice.
from that, I saw Mad Max Fury Road.
That's what I
and
did.
It was good.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's not a cartoon, guys. Come on.
It was so. It could be. I'd watch it.
Oh, easily.
That'd be really
I'd
good.
watch anything Mad Max though.
It was like.
already cartoony
What did you
as
think of it,
shit.
Alex?
I liked it a lot. I mean, like, I was really, really hyped up for me because I had heard so much about it before seeing it. So my expectations were a little bit higher than they should have been, but I still liked it a lot.
Yeah, I just had such a good time watching the movie. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's just so over the top and like insane. I loved it.
That's
Guitar
Mad Max,
guy.
baby. That's just how they go. They're just way too over the top.
It was perfect.
But
But all right, enough about all this crap. Let's talk about some cartoons. This
you know what
week,
else has a good theme song?
what?
Not just Digimon, but say it.
Pokemon.
Bounce off me, you stupid shit.
The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is what we're
Yeah.
watching this week, and it does have a pretty good intro song.
Dude, it's got Skullmans and Zambers, just like devil horns in it out of the grave. In that one point, it's like, and they're like,
Yeah, I do like the floating head.
So-
That's probably the best part for me.
I like the with the devil horns, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's all right. It's all right. We're all created differently. You know, we got different neurons and shit.
Just like a BuzzFeed quiz. Which part of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy intro are you?
17 wow facts from the Good Adventures of Billy and Mandy theme. That's it, not the rest of the show.
Doctors hate this skeleton.
How's he still dealing with these
Click
kids?
here to find out why. So
Limbo.
we watched 2 episodes because they're both pretty short. We watched Grim in Love for season 1, episode 5, and Pandora's Lunchbox, season 6, episode 7. We're gonna start
yeah.
with Grim in Love. It's a really short episode, but it's damn good. And when we originally decided that we were gonna cover Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, it was actually all Sam's idea. I asked him, I was like, what do you want to do? And he was like, Digimon. And I was like, no, we're not doing Digimon.
said no to Digimon?
I did not say Digimon. Specifically,
Oh, right.
the Digimon movie. I don't care about the show. I
What?
just want the movie.
I care about the show.
I know
Yeah, I
you
care
clearly
about
because you're watching it, but like the show's cool and all, but the movie, it's got that soundtrack, and that's what I'm about.
Yeah, alright.
That's
So-
why I dress up on Saturday for that Digimon movie swag.
He wanted to watch this, and he chose these episodes. And then as soon as this episode started, I was like, I see exactly why Sam wanted to watch this episode.
Yeah.
Basically, the point of the episode is Grim falls in love with this super goth chick who's just like... I wrote down "ow the edge" in my notes.
The amount of Uma Thurman in the end too. It's like the ending is just Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that was like really blatant, and I am okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm so okay with that.
So he ends up, they're on the beach, all 3 of them, and he ends up looking over and seeing this girl walking.
He sees Bay.
He's
He's just like, oh, that Hot Topic Bay.
that.
She
I was
turns
thinking
around,
Hot
she's
Topic.
like,
Yeah.
She turns around, she's like, nah, Spencer's. And he's like, oh, that 2003 scene. Let me get my red tie out. Bullet in a Bible CD.
Oh God.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Know what
we
you guys
do.
in the disembodied audience. Disembodience.
So she's like the epitome of Hot Topic and Spencer's and all this shit. And he immediately falls for her. He goes up, puts the moves on her, and they walk away together, and Billy and Mandy are like, the fuck?
Lol.
I guess I want to say this before we go any further. I love Grim's voice.
Yeah.
Oh, the Jamaican?
Is that ever explained?
I don't think so.
No, he's just Jamaican.
Okay, I can respect that.
He's just Jamaican, but I love it. I don't know
great.
why.
It's another thing. Consider if we're gonna just say really blatant things about characters like that don't, like just overarching things.
Mm-hmm.
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is fantastic if you ignore Billy at all costs. Ignore Billy. Billy is like 8-year-old self, just like like the show wasn't out when I was 8, but I would have been like
Yeah.
I think I was exactly 8. So wait, let me think about that. Yes.
Dang, son.
How old are you, Sam? I'm the youngest one here most of the
think
time.
so.
How old are you?
I'm 19, soon to be 20.
Okay, I'm 21.
Okay, so that's less of
Soon
an
to
age
be-
difference.
Soon to be 73.
Okay,
Yeah.
I age quick.
all right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to check.
Yeah, it's pretty normal. I've been through a lot in my 1 year of being 21.
It hasn't even been a full year yet.
No, but time's a circle, man.
But I totally agree. I'm just trying to get us back on track.
Yeah, I'm really
Totally agree. Nietzsche.
I totally agree about the Billy thing. He's okay sometimes.
Yeah, pretty
He
much.
can say funny stuff once in a while, but like for the most part, he's pretty cringy.
Yeah. It's definitely a product of the time, though.
Yeah.
I feel like, well, this was out around the same time like Invader Zim was, right?
No, after Invader Zim.
Was
Yeah,
it
it's
after?
that kind of thing?
Yeah.
They definitely had to have taken inspiration with Billy and Gurr. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love fucking Jonan Vasquez and a lot of the stuff he does. Not so much Invader Zim, but he had stuff before that was fantastic.
Dude, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
You know what I'm talking about.
I read
Yup.
all of them. I have all of them
Yup,
still.
those are fucking like, let's try to open your mind. And I was just like, as at fucking like 13, I was like, wow. But nowadays, I'm like,
Yeah, now I read it, I'm just like,
I'm like, also Hot Topic, great.
It's much
But-
of it's a lot better when you're like, angsty
Younger
and listening to Fall Out Boy.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's still now.
Yeah, but
Still today listening to Fall Out Boy. So
but you're not as angsty as back then.
I'm probably more angsty actually.
Maybe.
It's all right though.
But that's
I'm just real, man. Let's talk
Dora.
about Grim Adventures.
Mandy is definitely my favorite.
Mandy may have shaped what I look for in a woman.
Oh, it's so true.
Because that's my bae right there. Just like, I don't care. And I'd be like, me too. Good. Good. Like, I could look her to her eyes and be like, we're all dying slowly. And she'd be like, God damn, that's hot. And I'd be like, yeah.
This is turning into like an episode of To Catch a Predator right now, so I'm not sure I'm comfortable staying.
I'm not saying like I said nothing about the youth. I'm just saying the fucking
No, I know,
the nihilism. I like nihilism. Okay,
Yeah.
Alex.
If it happens
Moving
to be
on.
a nihilistic
I put that
child,
in my OK Cupid. I was like, yo, do you want to die? Yeah, moving on.
Moving on. Anyway.
Yeah.
So they go through all of these. They go through a date basically, and it's just like this montage of them doing terrible things to people and like laughing and enjoying themselves. And it was silly, I liked it.
Yeah.
And the one thing I wrote down, because it's been so long since I watched the show, the transitions are like this amazing like Batman type thing where like the sickle thing just like spins and like it transitions to the next scene.
Oh yeah, it's super quick. It's either like Grimm's head or like a sickle.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It just made me think of like old Batman cartoons and shit, because I think they did that, didn't they?
I
Yeah,
want to say it. I want to say it's Hanna-Barbera did Grim Adventures. At least was the like agency, because they used the likeness of Yogi Bear and Boo Boo in an episode.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, like legally, like it's not like a joke. It's not just like there it is.
Yeah,
Yogi Bear and Boo Boo. Like it's just Yogi and Boo Boo, like legitimately.
Kind of like Harvey Birdman, though. They use like all the old cartoons.
They
in that.
use the actual likenesses, so I want to say it is Hanna-Barbera. Like,
oh, that's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
And the one thing I like immediately noticed is like after like they're finished with their date, Grim goes back to Billy and Mandy at the beach, and he's like he's not like really wearing anything. He's wearing like a cut off t-shirt, and which is great. And she just didn't seem to realize that he's, a skeleton, and I was just like, how?
Yeah, the whole plot is she just thinks he's edgy as shit, and then she's like, oh, you're the fucking Grim Reaper, bro. Right after they have that Pulp Fiction dance off.
Yeah, and then that's when Mandy's like, you need to go tell her that you're not human. So they go to this, I don't know where they were like in hell or something, and they do like this dance competition right before he gets a chance to tell her, and he does the, crazy, like, mute melt out of the ground thing.
Which was awesome.
It was.
It was super metal until he got really tiny.
Yeah, then he was like, aw.
He's like he not like height wise. I'm talking like he came out of the ground like a giant skull, and then he like turned really skinny, and it was like, brah.
That's just like foreshortening, bro. It's no big deal.
He was like, there's no like crazy like, oh, he's just like, yeah, I'm the Grim Reaper. And I was like, oh.
He still does like the yell, and then she's like, hold on a second.
Something's wrong
here.
She
looks around and everyone's like dead, and she's like,
She's just freaking out.
Yeah.
It was silly. I like how short it was too. Like that's the episode. That's it.
And it ends really abruptly.
And then that's it.
It's nearly a skit.
Yeah.
And the best part is like Grim really identifies with us real people that we're above Hot Topic and whatnot. So like we all have our real demons, and that's what it's all about.
I hate you. Why did I bring you on this podcast?
Before we move on, can I mention like the other reference besides the Pulp Fiction one, the When Harry Met Sally reference? I think is that what it's referencing when they're in the other like restaurant and like she pretends to die.
Oh, like the pretend orgasm?
Yeah, that's just like blatantly When Harry Met Sally. Like,
yep.
It's pretty raunchy.
Well, like if you
went over
think
my
about
head.
it, yeah.
I never saw that movie.
Oh, it's like
I was watching with my roommate, and he was pointing that out, so I was like, yeah, I don't know what that is, but now that he said that, I can act like I know.
Exactly.
So
don't
don't let anyone know that I don't know.
Sam totally knows we're editing that out.
All right, cool. Great.
But for context, like in the actual movie, it's like the same situation, but she's faking an orgasm. Like that's really it.
That's a woman.
This show is kind of ballsy with things. It seems.
Yeah.
Like it. I mean, I guess just the whole nature of the show in general, and kind of. I like it though. It's definitely a nice thing. The only other thing I wanted to point out before we move on to the next episode is the amazingly stupid joke when they first get to like the Hell Diner and she's sitting there and she's like, "Aw, why the long face?" And then it just cuts to him with this like really long face, and there's just like silence for a few seconds.
I didn't notice that,
I
actually.
thought that was a really good joke. If it was a joke,
well, because he was on model.
They,
it's not like he was that exaggerated.
No, that it was just his normal face.
That's why I loved it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they meant it or if like.
Oh, they definitely did, because they like hold on his face and he doesn't say anything for like a few seconds.
He just kind of frowns for a little bit.
Yeah, it's just like
with the long face, and it's like.
I don't know. Something about that I thought was really funny because it was so obvious, and like
face just fucking rips off too at that one point.
Oh yeah.
Like he like smiles and his face just splits.
I somehow don't recall this.
Metal as fuck.
Really?
Yeah. When did his face split?
It's when she's looking around like, oh fuck, dude. this is a D-man place to go. And the guy, like, there's a guy, he's, like, got, like, leather face, and he just smiles, and, like, the other parts of his face rip off.
Oh, that dude.
Not down the middle like you would think. Like, his cheeks rip off and shit.
Yeah, it's just, like, all of his skin is just, like...
Some fucking... some Spy Kids 1 shit. Like some floopers.
I think it's time for a quick break, and we will come back and talk about the second episode that we're talking about tonight, which is Pandora's Lunchbox. We will see you in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. It's finally time to talk about the next episode, Pandora's Lunchbox, Season 6, Episode 7. I like this one a lot more.
Yep.
I pretty much agree.
It's by far one of the best episodes. Like before I could decide, I was like, when I was like head honcho sitting at my desk with my cigar and my like skyscraper, and I was like, "Hey, yo, Steven," and he was just like, "What is it, boss?" And I was like,
Why am I Filthy Frank?
You're not. You're just a peon.
You're a lackey.
Named Frank the Dirty, and and I was like, I remember that episode about Billy and Mandy where they got Dora. It was really funny, and so it was memorable. Even like till now, and I can't say I've been scouring the internet for Billy and Mandy episodes. It was really memorable to me because of how funny it was.
I actually don't remember seeing this episode ever, so this is like my first time actually watching this one.
It was.
I guess I just must have missed it. I don't know.
It was a later episode. You were probably like 20 by then.
I was like 30 by then.
Yeah, it's 2006.
You were probably like
so.
dead.
So, the episode is all about a little girl who moves into their school named Dora. And, like, it's just straight up actually Dora the Explorer. They didn't try to hide it at all.
They didn't. Thought they were, but then they just, like, made explicit reference to Dora the Explorer.
Like, I think, the most obvious reference is her clothes and hair is, like, sitting there, like, when she gets out of, like, the school uniform that they all have to wear at school.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty good reference. I think the best one was when they did the flashback to ancient Greece, and it was, like, Spanish music.
I didn't notice that.
And I was like, Like, she's sitting there eating lunch with, like, the Parthenon behind her. It's like,
Oh my god.
She's got, like, hornitos next to her, and I'm like, this isn't Greece.
It was so good. How did they get away with it? They really didn't try to hide it.
But they didn't say Dora the Explorer, I mean.
They didn't say the Explorer.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's plenty of Doras out there. Like,
exactly.
It could have meant Dory
But,
the fish.
come on, like...
And that would have been Ellen DeGeneres. And they, you know.
So, I think... I love the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't care in the beginning. She's like, yeah, whatever, that's great.
Just completely writes him off, and it's just like a total bitch. I loved it. It was...
In real life, that teacher would be banging.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Just because she's a bitch. Guys, I don't think cartoons are cute. I just base on personality, like real men.
Yeah, okay.
Come on now. But no, like just from the beginning, or like the fucking part where they're in the classroom. There's already good enough moments in the classroom, and they're sitting there, and she's like, "Do you want to open my lunchbox?" She's like, "Yeah, how is that?"
Oh yeah.
She
just keeps on talking over her.
Yeah.
It's
I loved her character, like Dora's character, so much, because it's just every now and then it's just like, "Do you want to open my lunchbox?" and it's like so clear.
Everyone's like, "Yeah, it's cool, bro. How the Patriots doing?" She's like, "Oh, all right." Like,
always manages to get sidetracked, and like it was good gags all throughout with that. I like how like pure evil she is, just like from the beginning. You can just tell, like, she's like, "Do you want to open my box?" And it's like, you want to like fucking kill everybody, don't you?
You hitting on me?
And it was good. And I love once, like, she comes over after she calls, I don't remember her name, but the popular girl.
Mindy,
that's it. Once she calls her a loser.
Which is totally, like, not gonna happen in real school. Kids, see, I'm gonna sit you down, get on my knee. That doesn't happen in real high school. Gingers aren't ever popular.
That was good timing.
So, like, you don't have to worry about that. Like, they're probably gonna be brunette, blonde. They're just not gonna be ginger. So, like, don't prepare yourself for that one.
We heard, like, the very end of that.
Yeah, I just heard ginger.
Well, luckily, it's recording on my end, so everyone's gonna be like, ha ha ha, Sam, you're a real funny guy, and
we'll pretend to react, like, oh, that was a good joke.
That was a knee slapper.
I already slapped my knee
Ginger
in the joke.
hair.
If you listened, you'd know it. The joke was that in high school, gingers aren't really popular, so you don't have to worry about that one.
I don't know if that's true.
I know it's not actually true. Don't. Yeah, bring up the Wikipedia statistics page for, like, valedictorians and homecoming queens that are ginger. Go for it.
We should keep all this in.
Let's make this Grim Adventures of Numbers.
That'll be good. Grim Adventures of Statistics.
Of statistical analysis.
Sounds fun.
Of phenotype.
So, anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
As Mindy, or not Mindy. Fuck, now I'm getting
Mindy,
all mixed up.
it is Mindy.
No,
It's the
Dora
ginger.
comes over to sit with Grim and them. Grim comes and he's like, I think I know you, like, and everything. And then he's like, the box, your name is Dora. And there's that guy that flies around in
Oh, yeah, that was...
space,
He's
like
Pan.
I was like, Peter Pan. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was waiting for that to make any sense. Then he was like, yeah, Peter Pan, Pandora, box, Pan. Oh.
He's like, oh, my show. And
My
runs off.
TV show. I also,
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good.
Before that part where he's just like, I don't know why I bring you lunch every day. And Billy's like, because you miss me. And Mandy is just like, man, I wish the show had better writers. And then it just shows like a typewriter and a baby just like, goo gaga.
Yeah, I like how much self-loathing the writing team has. Like,
I know.
it's amazing.
Or
shines
later
through.
on. Later on, we're fucking.
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
I'll say that later, but you know what joke I'm talking about.
We'll
Yeah.
get to it. We'll get to it in just a little.
Oh, it's beautiful.
They do that like quite a few times. That like referential
with the baby
thing, yeah, with the baby. Yeah, that was pretty great. And then pretty much we get like this montage of Dora and Mandy like being best friends and everything like that, and like just generally causing discomfort for anybody that comes close to them because, you know, they're both horrible people. And I'm kind of blacking out on what happens.
They go to have lunch, and then Mandy is just like, yeah, I guess I'll open your lunchbox. And then she does. Are you still blacking out? I'm trying to fill in the concrete.
Wait. There's the part with the song references.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. It's as she's like about to open the lunchbox. Yeah, this was a really funny part to me, at least. Mindy is, because they're outside having lunch, and she's just cheering in song references of the time. Like she's sitting there cheering, and she's like, "Don't stop, get it, we are your captains in it." And I was just like, "Wait, hold on, that's Gorillaz." And then it's Mindy and Dora talking, and then it goes back to Mindy cheerleading, and she's just like shaking like a Polaroid picture.
I was just like, what? I actually didn't catch the Gorillaz thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I caught the Polaroid picture.
Yeah, that was a little bit more on the nose. But I was just like watching, I was like, oh, alright. Deal.
The show just like references whatever it wants.
But in a good way. It's subtle enough that it's not like, look guys, a reference.
Yeah, it's not ham-fisted. I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even catch the Gorillaz thing at first, so yeah, it's good. It was a nice little thing if you can pick up on it.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, oh, I get that as a fan.
As a fan.
Then again, Feel Good Inc. is not like a underground song, but still.
No, not at all. So this is about when Mandy actually opens the box.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how all the things that are coming out is like just food.
Yes, it's like lunch.
That caught me off guard, yeah.
It's not like these horrible demonic creatures. It's just fucking like pizza
But
with arms.
if you notice when Dora is like yelling like "Ha!" You open the box and she's laughing. Her shadow is a demon.
Yeah.
I know.
I like
And
that.
it's just like that's a nice little touch. Nice
Yeah,
little
that was
something. And then
nice.
like all the few demons do different stuff to different people. Like makes the bully punch himself.
But my favorite and is Mindy is like putting on makeup and everything in front of the mirror, and then she turns into like this troll like thing. She just turns into like a really ugly person, and she's like, "Oh no, I'll have to give up my dreams of being a model and become an animator."
Yeah, that was good.
Animator.
That
So
was
she runs
so
away
good.
ugly. And
I like legit
troll-esque.
laughed out loud.
It's very self-aware as a show, and I feel like, and that makes sense because I feel like a lot of shows at the time had to do that because parents have to watch that shit too.
But I'll
Yeah.
like, I do like I like that kind of humor, but I'll always prefer like cartoons that are just like good. Like not that it's not relying on referential humor, but like
Oh yeah, no.
Like a Steven Universe or whatever.
yeah, it's just like it's
good like
approaching
that.
it's approaching yeah, it's just like it's approaching the border of like reasonable references. I think it's a very fine line.
I think it does it well because it's like there were a lot. There's more that I noticed than when I originally watched the show.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess that's
when I
pretty
originally
ideal.
watched this. I never caught on anything, but now like going back and watching it, I noticed like a lot more things.
We were essentially babies,
Yeah, pretty much.
little babies.
And it's kind of cool. I don't think it does it too obnoxiously, you know.
Yeah.
And like just the self-loathing, I guess, is, I find entertaining. It's just, I don't know. I like that. I think there definitely is a fine line when it comes to that, but I think it does a good job.
The part that made me like chuckle, just like in spite of myself, was later when like Mandy's trying to get the box back and she gets on Billy and she's like, "Shut up and fly!" Like
Yeah, I was like, what?
I got a good chuckle out of that.
Because Billy just eats the flying hot dog and just goes for it.
That's why he was
Eats a-
flying. Okay, I thought he was just flying.
Oh,
He
yeah,
eats
me
a flying
too.
hot dog and he just starts flying.
That's
I
consistency.
honestly didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
There was just too much going on.
Yeah,
It was
there's
like-
there's some Twin Peaks intricacies here, folks. You gotta look into them. You gotta see the Billy and Mandy. You know, like
you got to rewatch the episode a few times.
the
to fully
Grim
get
Grim
it.
Reapers are not what they seem, folks.
This is just gonna devolve into Twin Peaks references.
And something like right before Mandy starts chasing after Dora, Dora knocks over like the juice container and it just kind of catches on fire.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I was
Yeah.
just
just like,
catches on fire. There's nothing about it. It just catches on
They
fire.
don't acknowledge
And that's it.
Yeah.
and I was just like, okay, sure. I wrote that down because I liked it so much.
But I actually did really like that transition because nothing was on fire, and then Mandy goes into like a quick thing about how like no one messes with her, like she's like she was my best friend, she'd betrayed me. She goes into this quick monologue where everything behind her is on fire because of her anger, and then transitions to everything being on fire in the real world because of the end of the world. And I was like, that was kind of smart. Good on you.
I guess, yeah, I didn't really catch on to that either. See, this is deep.
This is the
Deepest lore right here.
Oh, such deep lore.
So that leads to Mandy flying Billy over to her, jumping off, and Mandy tricks Dora into giving her the box, or so that they're still friends, but that Mandy's like, bitch, I lied,
Yep.
and traps her in the box.
Yep.
And that's pretty much the end of the episode.
And then everything
Yep.
goes back to normal.
But yeah, I really enjoyed the episodes. I liked the second one a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
But it's about what I remembered of the show.
Yeah.
Except I caught on to some more like references this time around, but it was, I don't know. What did you think, Alex?
Yeah, I didn't watch much of it. Like I watched a little bit when it was actually on, like a few episodes, and I feel mostly the same way about it now. I think because like I really like the tone and the like aesthetic and stuff, and a lot of the jokes land. But like it just feels like something's missing. Like it'd be really good if it just had like extra push. I don't know.
What do you mean by an extra push?
I don't know, some other like like some other elements or something. Like I don't know, just like it's missing something for me, but it's still good.
Can definitely agree to that.
Yeah.
It's. I think it was more because it also had to cater. Like, see, we're laughing at what our parents would laugh at. We're laughing at like the things that are a little bit less like butt humor and like, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
slightly smart. Not like, I'm not being like, fucking, yeah, dude, did you catch that fucking Nietzsche reference? Oh, sublime as I sit with my Merlot. But, like, watching the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. But a lot of the reference that, like, as a kid, you probably like Billy more. And to me,
Yeah.
As someone who, I guess, has matured in watching children's television, it's better if you omit Billy and all the type of humor that follows it. But like when you're catering to kids, you got to keep that in. Because
That makes sense,
little
yeah.
kids would think Billy's funny, and when you're a kids show, you kind of have to aim at that demographic more.
Yeah, I get that. I think if it was made like now, I feel like it would be a lot better. Because a lot of kid shows now, there's really not that much for kids.
At least in terms of quality.
Because, like, I mean, I look at Gravity Falls, I guess. It's only every now and then, like, maybe some of the monsters or something that really feels like, okay, yeah, that's for kids. Like, the first episode when, with the Golem gnomes, like we talked about.
Callback.
You could... Yeah, that was like, you know, that was obviously something for little kids and something to get them hooked into it. But then you go later on in the series and, like, terrible things are happening to good people. So it's like, if the show is made now, I feel like it would almost be a little more serious, and maybe Billy wouldn't be the way he is, or maybe
Yeah.
not in it at all.
Well, like, he's very much, another great Cartoon Network show is, he's very Ed. From Ed and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Eddie. He's very butt humor, but Ed is a little bit less vocal because there's more characters, so he's a little bit more like still a lot of butt humor, but once in a while he'll also say something pretty funny. Whereas Billy is just good to just almost ignore.
I feel like Billy was worse than Ed.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Because Ed was more of like a stupid. He was just really dumb.
Yeah.
Billy is like centered. He's still dumb, but he's centered around like, you know, fart jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
While Ed was, you know, like he was dumb where he was eating like sofas and shit.
Those were always good.
That was a great show.
That was a great
I
show.
liked Ed,
but
and Eddie.
We're not talking about this episode.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future.
We don't go off topic ever, yeah.
No.
Well, I'm just saying I mean, if you guys ever want to do an Ed and Eddie episode,
Yeah.
can-
you got
we
to
can
know who
bring
to
you
call.
on.
I was gonna say just keep that. I did look up Maxwell Adams, the screenwriter for, I want to say screenwriter.
Creator?
No, the entire creator. He's not just the screenwriter. Of Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne, the other show that debuted with Billy and Mandy but did not do nearly as well.
I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Evil Con Carne?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Because
Yeah.
it started out as the Grim Adventures of...
It was
no,
Grim
it
and
was...
Evil. Was
Grim
what
and
it was
Evil,
called.
that's
It was
it.
called Grim and Evil. And
Do you remember that, Alex?
Yeah, vaguely. Like, I was always very confused by the split, and I didn't pay really close attention because I was a small child.
it was supposed to be kind of like that, like half of the episode is Grim Adventures, half the episode is
Yeah.
Evil Con
Yeah,
Carne. Evil Con Carne wasn't as funny. That one was way more adult humor because the entire thing was revolving around like World War II history.
Yeah, with...
Like Evil Con Carne was Hitler. They have an episode where they search for his bones from a false suicide in the Arctic.
Wow, okay.
And they're just like, we found some dental records, but that's really it. He's like, that's not used to me, that's used to other people. I wanted the rest of my body.
Yeah.
And like, it was really on the nose for like Nazi jokes. So like it didn't last very long, and like kids didn't really get that one as much.
Yeah, that one didn't do as well. I do remember there was still a lot of crossover between the two shows. Even
they still happened in the same
universe.
universe.
Yes, they did. So like even after Evil Con Carne was
Scar himself, one of the characters from Evil Con Carne, was in a lot of Grim Adventures episodes.
Yeah.
In fact, originally we were going to do an episode with him in it, where he centered around it was the Grimm's Day Off episode.
Oh, okay.
And and he's like the main character, so he exists in the same neighborhood as Billy and Mandy.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's interesting.
Yep. But looking at Maxwell Adams, the creator, he has not made anything else. He had a Kickstarter for another project.
Oh, that's right.
Which is going to be a web series called Dead Meat.
I forgot about that.
But I don't know what's that gonna be. I don't know what that's gonna be like.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a. I want to say it's not. Yeah, it's. I think it's gonna be puppets.
Puppets.
Yeah.
It's called Black Economy Buddy Action Puppet Gore web
Yeah,
series.
yeah. That's right.
So,
It's gonna be puppets. I remember looking at the Kickstarter when it first came out.
The humor is probably gonna be there.
Oh
but
yeah, especially
either way, he hasn't made anything else. He was a storyboard artist on Cow and Chicken and I Am Weasel. He also was a storyboard artist on Chowder.
Huh.
And that's it, really, for like big shows. He's also really good friends with Tom Wardborton from Codename Kids Next Door.
interesting.
Also, yep.
All right, well, enough facts and shit. Let's close this.
We don't care about facts here.
Fuck that.
Dude, who? Oh, well, man, I like that.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. This was, I think we're on episode 9 or 10 at this point.
I haven't seen it.
Alex?
9, I want to say. I want to say 9.
I want to say 9 too. It's been a lot so far. It feels like it. But this was a super fun episode. We had our first guest. Thank you for, talking and doing things, Sam.
No problem. I try to breathe.
You're good at breathing.
Thank you. Mom always told me that.
Son, you're good at breathing.
No, that's when I was like, I gotta give up this dream. Not gonna say which one. Any of them. Probably give up on them.
But if you enjoyed the episode and want to show some support for us, give us a rating and a review on iTunes. That helps us get featured on the new and noteworthy section, and that would be incredible. If you don't want to do that, we are back on YouTube, and you can leave us comments and subscribe and do all that fun stuff. Or if you want to talk to us, get at us at TooManyToonz Pod on Twitter, and we will answer and retweet things if they're nice. I like retweeting things. Only if they're nice.
If they're nice.
Only if they conform to what you want
Yes.
them to say. If they're like, fuck you, stupid face, you're just
If they
like,
don't
I'm
dilute
gonna
our
only favorite
brand.
that one. I'm only gonna favorite that
That'll
one, that's
only
it.
get a favorite. So next month, we are starting Classic Cartoon Network Month. That should be really fun. We're kicking it off with Courage the Cowardly Dog. King Ramses' Curse. This is the, infamous Return the Slab episode. It's a really good one, so I'm really looking forward to it. And Perry should be back next week to do some cartoon shit with us. So, again, thank you for watching, everybody. We appreciate it, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
What an enthusiastic bye.